So there are a lot of options for Nintendo Switch controllers out there. One company that is very famous for their controllers is 8BitDo. 8BitDo released the M30, which is basically a Sega type controller. And funny enough, this controller was very ideal for fighting games. When I first saw it, I really wanted this controller, and I did get it at the time. And it is actually very good for fighting games. There were a couple problems with it though that I really wish that they were able to be solved. And thankfully 8BitDo kind of did solve them. Let me introduce you to the M30 XBOX edition, which adds a lot of impressive upgrades to this one. Some downgrades, but a lot of upgrades, especially for fighting game people out there that are looking to see how they could play on the Xbox. This might be your solution. But before we continue with this video, don't forget to give this video a like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on my other social media accounts. Also, just a reminder, I now stream every Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so hopefully you're there. I'm doing Guilty Gear, but like I said, as soon as EVO is over, we will be able to play different games and do different experiences and have a lot more fun than just Guilty Gear. So please stay with me, guys. Everything will be fine. Also, on Sundays, I now stream 11:30 Pacific Standard Time or 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It depends on my work schedule, so just letting you guys know, those are some of the changes that happen to Cosmic Mercenaries. So, but other than that, guys, let's continue with the controller review. Alright, so as you guys know, the M30 is basically like a Sega Genesis controller. So basically there are 6 buttons and then 2 buttons, shoulder buttons. I'm not even sure if the Sega Genesis had 2 shoulder buttons, but this one does come with 2 shoulder buttons. So those added onto it. It comes with the home, the minus, and the capture and the plus buttons, right? So basically this is just a controller for the Switch. Switch has actually made it really good for fighting games on the Switch. So basically on the Switch, one of the main fighting games I was playing at the time was Mortal Kombat 11. Yes, it looked like doo-doo, but it actually ran really well. And actually looked very decent considering that MK1 came out and looked like that. So having this controller really did help me, but there was just some things about the controller that I did not like. For example, there was only 2 shoulder buttons. I wanted 4. Why 4? Well, in Mortal Kombat, the block I believe is the C button, which is here, which is actually the ZR button. So when I was doing my combos, and if I really needed to block, I had to travel my thumb all the way down there. So I really wanted 4 trigger buttons in the top, so I could possibly do that, maneuver it quicker. One thing that I did like about this controller was that the buttons were small. So before I started using Mixbox controller, I used to use this controller. This was my favorite controller to use. It was a pad controller. It had exactly what I needed. 4 buttons on the top. We had the kind of circle pad right there. It works so well, especially with Eno. At the buttons right there, very nice and very big. I even had a switchable plate, so that's why I love this controller so much when I used to play Guilty Gear on pad. But the problem sometimes arises that sometimes you want to use those buttons. Those buttons are there to be used, and you're not able to use them. So the buttons just felt like they weren't in the right place. So playing with this controller was phenomenal, but it also had its quirks. So to my surprise though, 8BitDo updated their M30 controller for the Xbox, for the Series S, and I can't believe, I don't understand why they would do this, but they basically made such a great little like fighting pad. They just did it. They did that. So the M30 comes, as you guys could see, with the, you guys could definitely see the colors, but it actually comes with 6 buttons on front and then 4 on top. And it also comes with the home button, the capture button, the share button, and the options button. It also comes with a 3.5mm jack, something that the original M30 does not have. And so you can do voice chat through it, and you have the ability to use left stick or the D-pad for that, or you're able to do the layout of the control of the buttons on top. So it's actually pretty cool. So one thing that I really wanted about the M30 is to switch the buttons as well. What if I really didn't wanted to have the R and ZR on top, you know? What if I wanted to change them? What if I wanted to fit my price? Well, now you could do it with the M30. It even has 3 different little profiles. It's really cool. It's just similar to the Hori Octa controller, but it just feels way better and more premium. I really do love this controller, how it feels. When you open up the controller box, you basically have the controller, you have a 10-foot cable, I believe, and then you got the instruction manuals of how you could use this controller. So that's pretty good, and it's pretty nice, pretty premium. And I also forgot that to mention that it comes with the Xbox Game Pass, so that's a pretty good deal right there. So you're ready to go, to be quite honest, if you're trying to play Guilty Gear, because Guilty Gear is on Game Pass. I feel like they have really outdone themselves, so I'm excited to test out this controller, and we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so let's try this out. Let's get some on-hand experience right here. I'm not going to do the whole profiling thing, because I quite honestly don't know how to do it. But I'm excited to test this out. So maybe after Evo and take fighting games a little bit more casual, I could master the pad and the mix pad. So now you guys would think that I would use Guilty Gear, but no, I like to try out Street Fighter 6 for these stuff. So let's try it out. Oh, I love Xbox so much. I love the new generation. Look, I haven't touched a Street Fighter in ages. I've unplugged the Xbox. I've done so much with it. And yet still, I go to quick play. It knows it started here. It knows I was practicing. I love it so much. So the first thing right off the bat, I could tell you that the M30 is small. It's portable. It's light. It's not that lightweight. It actually feels some premium heft even to the old one and the new one. You know. So it definitely does not feel cheap at all. All right, so let's go. It just feels so good. Oh, it's so good, so good. Oh, look at that, dude. Just going back and forth. It works so well, dude. Look how easy that is. Buttery smooth. It works so well. And it works so well. And another thing about it being small is the buttons are also just placed perfectly. You see, the top buttons are smaller, so you're able to literally just press it, and the bottom ones are bigger. So it just feels so nice. Yes. Sure. Oh, really? Yeah, well, I obviously sucked because I just didn't know what controls to which. But the controller did what I needed it to do, okay? I just haven't played Street Fighter 6 in a long time. Sue me. But let's try a 3D fighter. Let's try a Tekken 8. Alright, so let's try this out. So this might be a little bit different, considering, right? But I think it should be fine. So obviously my girl was always Asuka for Street Fighter. Or not Street Fighter, for Tekken. So obviously this is going to be a little bit harder actually. So here comes the front problem that does come when I'm playing Tekken over here, right? Is that X and B can be pressed at the same time to do a different move. So what's going to end up happening is that it's going to be kind of hard to play Tekken like, you know, this. Like, even though I'm doing something awesome right there, right? I didn't really do that. It's going to be actually kind of hard, right? So you have options of just using your leg as a stand, and then using it like if you were doing a mixed pad. I mean, like you're basically playing on a mixed pad controller or a hitbox controller, right? But if you don't want to do that, the aspect of changing your button layouts is crucial, and it was like one of the most important parts of this controller upgrade that I needed in order to, like, sometimes I want to play Tekken, right? So I'm gonna have to change my controller layout. I can't always just rely on the Switch controller layout configuration mod, right? Like application inside the device or system settings. So knowing that I could change my button layout on their 8BitDo software is so crucial, because now if I really wanted to, whichever ones I'm having problems with, I could just map them to the back. Heck, I couldn't even map the back buttons to be arrow buttons. Like, nothing is stopping me from doing that. So you could almost do a perfect whatever kind of electric god fist, you know, like electric god wind fist or whatever it's called, electric wind god fist or something like that, almost like better. So I was like, so yeah, there's some benefits and some to this controller that I am now noticing, but I still think it's a really good controller just for that aspect alone, that you could change the name of the game. Basically, you could change the button layout and it will come in handy. There we go. That was my boy. That was my combo. That's how I got BS some character. That's how I BS my friends right there. So I won't even try. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna try to go online. No, I barely even touched Tekken 8. I just have it because I'm ready to play it when it comes out. I just really wanted to play it. It's such a fun game to play, but trust me, I'm not even. If I'm bad with Ken right now, I'm really bad with Asuka over here. All in all, guys, I have to say, although it's my horrible playing, this beautiful device is really good. It's really good. The only things that we'd be trading off from the original one is there's no Bluetooth, and the original one could be used for PC, Mac, Switch, and like Raspberry Pis. So this one could just be used for the Xbox. But all you really have to do if you want to take this bad boy to Evo, because they're probably going to be using PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 controllers or systems, is just to get a Brook Wingman X or not XP, but Fighting Game Community one. So you could just take that and use it with this bad boy, because it will just basically read it as an Xbox controller, and those work on that system. And so this is a fantastic product. It was like $34, so beautiful, especially if you're a pad player or Xbox player and you want to get into fighting games. Highly recommend getting one of these ones. Well, if you just don't have the money to play with the Xbox controller, in my opinion. But the next best thing when it comes to pad, I believe, is this bad boy right here. Well, comment down below any of your questions that I did not answer in this video, and I will try to get to them in a timely manner. And don't forget to follow me on my other social media accounts. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget that I stream every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then I also do Sunday 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, depending on my schedule. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching this controller review video. Stay vigilant, and see you guys next time.